JLE, Justice League Gear Up. Today's edition is about Power Girl. Power Girl is Kara Zor-El, the estranged and orphaned Supergirl of Earth 2. So there's alternate dimensions. We all know this thanks to the TV shows and everything now. There's Earth 1, which is regular universe, and there's Earth 2. She's originally from a different universe, or that's what they thought. There's another origin story here. We'll look into that. All right, so the cover here says Power Girl fights alone, but she does not usually fight alone. She's part of the Justice League Gear Up team, obviously. And first thing you need to know about Power Girl is that she is the powerhouse of the team. Rex over here, Metamorpho, he binds the villain over here, and here she is giving an uppercut to Despero, which is a scary villain, obviously. And this is later in the same fight, because, you know, these people rarely end a fight in one issue. This is the same fight in a different issue, where, Kara's flying over saying, "That does it. The gloves come off. Kara, no, we have to..." So the first thing you obviously need to know is that she's the powerhouse of the team. And she's also very headstrong and very emotional, very explosive when it comes to... So here she is again, being very, very angry. So in this particular episode, oh yeah, this is what I meant to show you. So here she is, very strong. You can see the muscle tone on her. This is supposed to be her boss at the time, Captain Atom. This is not Ray Palmer. This is not the Atom. This is a different Atom. His name is Captain Atom, and we're not gonna have a separate segment on this guy. This guy's just he was field leader for a while, and he's in a containment suit. He is nuclear energy packed up in this containment suit. There was an animated movie called Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, and these two guys, Supergirl or Power Girl, one of the two versions, and there was another guy called, so this is Captain Atom, the other guy was Major Force. Major Force was also energy contained in a suit, and they were morally on different sides. Like, there were 5 people in the task force that was supposed to bring Superman and Batman to justice. And Power Girl, I think, was on the edge, and yeah. So she's not afraid to confront anybody. She doesn't care if this is her boss. And at this very moment, this guy's been demoted. So when she has an issue and he goes to this guy, he's like, "Not my problem anymore. You got to take it up with Catherine." And when she hears the name Catherine, she goes like, "Catherine!" So she's very explosive, she's very angry, and for some reason she gets objectified a lot, which is, I don't like it as much, because she's kind of like a sister, she's kind of like family, she's kind of like a cousin to Superboy and Superman and everyone. She's part of the super family, right? So here she is wearing a Superman shirt, because she is, in a way, the same as Supergirl, just from a different universe. And in this particular issue, they're looking for a cat, and they are asking for someone's help. And so here's the guy. Yeah, they're asking Batman for help, and Batman, being the dick he is, as soon as so at first he's like, "Who's been kidnapped?" It's like, not exactly who. It's kind of like a mascot. It's a cat. And as soon as he hears cat, Batman, being the dick he is, he hangs up. And, Supergirl is like, "Hey, get back here." People are usually afraid of Batman, right? Not Power Girl, not her. Because she is a very tough person. Like I said, she's a badass. She's a powerhouse. And this is Rex, or Metamorpho once again. And Captain Atom. Captain Atom's like, "Hey, Rex, what's going on?" It's like, "I don't know, I was about to find out, but I'd feel a little safer if we found..." Oh yeah, because someone screams, "My cat!" And as like I said, she's not just explosive, she's emotional. So inside, she's actually a little bit of a softie. You take him in, you feed him, you worm him, and on the very last page of this, you got. So it's like, Catherine's like, there's nothing else to be done. We just gotta forget about her. And it's like, I know, but damn it, I really like that scraggly, stinking, ugly little. So it's like, as angry as she gets, as violent as she gets, she's also all right. So the women in Justice League, they like to do the butts and the boobs and everything. And in this particular issue, they're fighting. See, there's this mind controlling guy who takes control of like a whole bunch of tribal people. And Martian Manhunter, he says, you need to like not, yeah, did you hear me? Everyone try not to hurt them. And she's like, can't we just throw them around a little bit? And also, she gets grabbed a lot. It's like, watch those hands. That's basically what Power Girl used to be. And as you may have noticed, she has two costumes. She has this yellow and white costume, as well as a blue and white costume. And as so here's Dr. Light and Crimson Fox getting ready. They're all in the girls' room. They're getting dressed. And Crimson Fox telling Kumiko or Dr. Light will be covering these two guys as well. They're talking about how, like, being sexy is important. And Power Girl, she's like, she doesn't like being objectified. She doesn't like being this costume only. Oh yeah, and she asks, Power Girl, if your dignity is so precious, why do you have the front window? See, that's basically the comic writers and comic. It's like the people who made the book are making fun of themselves, I guess. And then she gets angry again. And over here, there's this interesting conversation where it's like Kumiko says, I used to suffer from the same problem. I always tried to be a strong woman, but somehow after a while, well, let's just say I was an unpleasant person. And Kara's like, what's that got to do with me? Because they're basically saying that she's a bitch. But she's not. And it is made apparent that she also has a problem with her hormones just because she's superpowered. Like, maybe she has a lot of testosterone and stuff. And the way I see it, if she can't be compared to, like, Wolverine, then she's at least a rogue, because Captain Marvel from Marvel, like the Kree guy, Marvel, if he was Superman in Marvel, and if Miss Marvel was the Supergirl in that universe, she is an offshoot of Miss Marvel. So Power Girl is kind of like Rogue in a way. Very strong, very, they have their issues. And well, all right, so for this long, like I said in the beginning, we used to think that she was Superman's estranged cousin from a different dimension. But at some point, Aquaman takes her down into Poseidonis. Aquaman and Power Girl have this thing going on. There, Kara, my city, the capital of Atlantis, Poseidonis. And then she thinks to herself about how Poseidonis was the city that grew from the ruins of her grandfather's home, the city of the Golden Gate. And so there's this other origin story to her where she's half Atlantean at least. And that's why she feels so connected to Aquaman. So this is a second origin story. She gets two costumes, like I said. The blue and white costume is actually what people have seen her in most. And then there's the yellow and white costume. And there's a lot of naughty, bad fan art made with this costume in it. Like some famous clips. But I mean, I feel really bad about it because, she is actually one of... I like her. And there's also this almost kiss, almost relationship that she has with a short-term member of the team, Aquaman. And, well, that's about it for you with Kara Zor-El. If you want to know more about her, please look her up online or read whatever you can of her. She's in a lot of comics, I think. Mostly Justice League, mostly Europe. I haven't seen her out of these comics.